yeah, that figure's gonna be cool. Wait, what? Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I am Robo, and as you can hear, I'm 99% over my sickness. If you watched my booty earlier in the week, don't make me pull this thing out again. I talked about how I got sick the last day of Star Wars Celebration. I mean, I woke up, I went to the show, and then a couple hours later, I was just ready to lay down on the floor and just go to sleep. But it really hit my voice, and I was scared. I was worried. I didn't want to get in front of the camera and be like, and today we're gonna be talking about this. So I still can't hit those high notes, but I can hit those lows. In a world governed by action figures, one man, too many toys, Robo stars in Plastic Predicament. This film has been rated XXX. Hey, that running gag's better than the other one I had in mind, which was Second Puberty. Yeah, that would have got embarrassing really quick. But I've been gone for 3 weeks. There's been a lot of toy news. And to hell with all this, let's just get into it. First, just to catch up all the way, I mentioned Star Wars Celebration, Hasbro was there, they did have some reveals. Now before their actual reveal, the internet, being the internet, leaked that we were getting a new Star Wars Black Series Emperor. Deluxe figure, comes with thrones, comes with 2 other heads, just beautiful. Not great for those of us who went out and got a third-party cloth robe for our Emperor, got some 3D printed throne that I haven't even painted yet, I still need to do some sanding. It's not bad, now I can just buy this set, I have 2 different faces to go by. I don't know why I'm so excited about this one. This one is amazing. Is an Amazon exclusive, which, you know, you just get on Amazon, you order it, you're done, boom. You want this, don't you? But as easy as this is to get, Hasbro had to turn around and say, hey, a little scavenger hunt for you, you know, if you don't make it to the coasts. They announced some exclusive packs for their soon-to-be open Galaxy's Edge attractions at Disney World, Disneyland, and those of us here in the middle are kind of just like, how the hell am I supposed to get this? The Droid Depot pack reissues BB-8, R2-D2, and this is the same body, the smaller body. I wish they would finally give us a new astromech body and then just go crazy with the colors, but not yet. That's not in the cards yet. Because their short C-3PO has been modified with extended thighs to make him a little bit taller, working elbows to get some more articulation in there. It's a better C-3PO. And then the character that I am not familiar with, I've never been to Star Tours, I don't know a lot about Disney, but this is apparently Rex. It's not exact from what I hear, it's reimagined a little bit, but it's a cool looking droid. I mean, what I need. The First Order pack with Kylo Ren, Mountain Trooper, Pyre, and they were originally calling this a 4-pack. I'm pretty sure during the presentation they called it a 3-pack, but in their press information that came out afterwards, they're back to calling it a 4-pack. They're counting the mouse droid, maybe? Maybe not. I hope this doesn't affect price. But then there's the Smugglers Run 4-pack. Again, in the press information, they call it a 4-pack. It includes just rehashed Chewbacca. It has Rey again, but this time she has the photo real on the face, which makes it worth it. I need it just because of that. Not to even mention the Hondo that comes in this set. Hondo has a lot to do with Galaxy's Edge, I think. Something animatronic. So putting him in the pack makes sense, but at the same time, a lot of people want Hondo, and this is going to be harder to get than your... Hopefully it goes up on the Disney Store site. Hopefully it's easier to get than what I'm thinking in my head. And then to make it a 4-pack, it comes with 2 Porgs. I'm okay with Porgs, but don't call them characters to add to the 4-pack. But then as far as 6-inch goes, they announced a San Diego exclusive Kenner-inspired Boba Fett on a vintage Star Wars card. Now, I've been wanting a Kenner-inspired Boba Fett for a long time. There's some customizers out there that's doing fantastic work getting, and I always thought, man, that would look cool on the shelf. So now Hasbro's giving it to us, but San Diego exclusive, it's going to be harder to get. Plus, they put it on the vintage card, which I have a problem opening up because of nostalgia factors. So there's no way I'm getting 2 of these. So my plan to get a custom Kenner Boba Fett is still on the rails. I need one loose for the shelf, and then I need this to go up with the rest of my vintage collection. I'm not a carded collector. Also, at Celebration, they debuted the trailer for Star Wars Fallen Order, the next video game coming out. It looks nice. It looks neat. I dig on Star Wars video games, but on GameStop's bundle pack that they've advertised on their website, there is an unknown Black Series figure coming with that. So who knows is it going to be a new figure? Is it going to be a rehash figure? It's GameStop. Who knows? I was already getting the game. A figure is just gravy on top. A lot of people have been asking about TBleague. This is former Fison. They're not called that anymore. They are TBleague now. I don't know the name. I don't know the specifics about that. All I know is that they came out with kind of a generic base body female a couple of months ago. Seamless. It's pretty good from what I've heard, but I wasn't interested because it's just generic. Where am I going to put it? It has some skimpy clothes. I didn't want to review a naked action figure, but this kind of piques my interest. This is more character driven. This is more elaborate. This is more accessory laden. I like this a little bit more because it is actually a character. And she is Queen of Vampires Arcala, something like that. Either way, she comes with the gear, she comes with the chalice. It just looks badass. It has nothing to do with reminding me of Slave Leia, and may be the same size or right size to take a Slave Leia head and make some adjustments and have a seamless Slave Leia on the shelf. Has nothing to do with that. Don't know. So yeah, interest. I'd have even more interest if they took their 1/6 scale Purgatory, shrunk it down to 1/12 scale. That would look amazing. That would go on the shelf just like that. $80, second quarter of this year. One woman, skimpy clothes, Queen of Vampires. This film has not been rated. It also looks like TBleague is developing a 1/12 scale male blank body. Where this is going to go from here, I don't know. But hopefully this is about the same size as Mezco. You get some cloth clothes, you put it on here, it fits right in. This is interesting too. Not as much as if it were a character, but they're moving forward. That's cool. Storm Collectibles Street Fighter Sagat. Yep. There's no information at the moment. It'll probably pop up before I even get this posted. So if it does, there's Sagat. Here's also another teaser for the Blitzway 5 Pro Studio Inspector Gadget. Advertised to be 1/12 scale. You can see articulation in it. Should be interesting when we have more information. Soap Studios at Shanghai Toy Show showed off their Dark Knight Joker, and I'm a Joker fiend, okay? I buy a lot of Jokers. It takes a lot for me to skip one, and Soap Studios managed to make me want to skip this one. It's not terrible, it just looks like a caricature of Dark Knight Joker. And when it comes to real cloth clothes, when it comes to some of the detail we've seen on Soap Studios' heads, it's disappointing a little bit. He just looks big, he looks bulky, he doesn't look like the movie. I've heard some good things about their Reverse Flash, and it did look good, so maybe when this is closer to release, it'll look better. But at the moment, my unicorn from them is still Nurse Joker. Hell, that's my big one from any company. Why does everyone shy away from Nurse Joker? Medicom solicited their MAFEX Shazam! Exclamation point. I have to say it like that. I'm contractually obligated. I still haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. I dug on the Mattel Multiverse version of this figure, and it's just a cool design. So I will probably end up pre-ordering the MAFEX Shazam! Because looking at it, they nailed the proportions, they nailed the detail. It looks fantastic in action figure form. Not to mention the cool lightning effects they've added out of the hands, out of the fingers, even a swappable chest piece that has lightning striking the lightning bolt on his chest. That is going above and beyond. But he also comes with unmasked heads, and when it comes to Medicom, I can't quite trust that their final product will look like the prototypes here. Yes, the details look great, the printing, it's a prototype though. When it comes to factory pieces, it kind of slides down the hill a little bit. And unfortunately for Mr. Shazam, he only has unmasked heads. There's no masked head that you can go, oh, this one works. Let's put these to the side in case of emergency. But they have been improving a little bit, at least with the skin tone colors, and I'm hoping for the best here. Also includes a beer can, the case of beer, and then a cell phone for recharging, you know? $68, February of 2020, Medicom, come on! While I was gone, Mezco Weekly put out a new 1/12 collective figure up for solicitation. Craziness. First up is the new movie Hellboy. I haven't seen it, but I like the look. It's just dirty, it's gritty. There's something about it with the hair. He just looks mean. Yes, a little bit too stoic, but I just like it, okay? Don't judge me. Even when I see the movie, I have a feeling that I'm not gonna like it as much as the Del Toro movies, but that's a given. It's Del Toro movies. But even then, I don't have a realistic Hellboy for my shelf, so I went ahead and pre-ordered this, just to have a realistic Hellboy to go with the rest of my Mezco stuff. He comes with alternate left hands. He comes with alternate looking right hands of Doom, which when it comes down to it, I may like better than the articulated fingers of the 1000 Toys Hellboy. We shall see. Have a handgun, have a revolver, have what else you got? A gun case, horseshoe, and then the base. $80, and they schedule this for March to May of 2020. What is with 2020? They also put up for solicitation their comic book styled Aquaman. Now, I don't do a lot of the DC offerings. I just don't have space for DC. Someday, I'll have a wing of the house built with all my DC Universe classics and go back and get some of the Mezco stuff, some DC classics, or not CD, DC Direct, or DC, whatever they call themselves now. I'm just not as much of a DC guy as Marvel, but this does look pretty cool. It's got that classic 70s cheesiness to it, while also looking like a pompous asshole. I don't know, they're sitting on that fence perfectly between Aquaman and Aquaman. Then they added the armor, which changes it up a little bit. If you don't want pure 70s goodness with the shiny and the fabric and such, just throw some armor on there and then I'm ready for war. You notice my voice isn't all the way back when I can only do this voice. He's got a head where the hair is laying down, you know, when he's on surface, but it also has two with some amazingly wavy underwater looking hairstyles. Why didn't I pre-order this again? Also has alternate hands, has a trident, $80, should be out at the end of this year, but you know how that goes. Now, earlier in the week, I posted a video of the 2019 Toy Fair catalog from Mezco, just looking over the 1/12 collective stuff. I recorded that 2 weeks ago, but in that video, I talked about needing Moon Knight, and then Mezco puts up Moon Knight this week. I sure do need $1 million. Anybody? Anybody? Nothing. With Moon Knight, though, you will notice some changes from the catalog that we just saw 2 months ago, that I just now looked at 2 months later. Fwoosh schedule. In the catalog, you'll notice that the cape and hood was all one piece, and it was kind of clothy, kind of billowy, and I was afraid that it wouldn't look right. Mezco came along, changed that up, gave him kind of a leathery cape, kind of like what we see with the Batmans, except in white, of course. And then they made the hood plastic and part of the head. This will work much better. The hood will look good in all positions. Plus, they went above and beyond and put a texture on the plastic that mostly matches the pleather of the cape. This is not a cape, this is my arm. I don't know why I'm doing that. So while I don't usually care for plastic up top, cloth down below, they're actually trying to match it up. So I'm good with this. It'll definitely avoid the hood floating above the head. It'll stay in place. It won't... The unmasked Spectre head also looks amazing, and again, different from the catalog, they've added a down hood plastic piece to put between the unmasked head and the body. So it looks like he pulled the hood, he put the mask up, and then, oh, somebody kicked my ass. But it's still all white. Cloth. I'm gonna have to invest in some gloves, I guess. Comes with spiky nunchucks, comes with spiky hook and baton, comes with spiky staff. Can you tell Moon Knight likes spiky stuff? Comes with a moonerang, comes with several sets of hands, including a hand with a small little blade in it. I think I like this better too than getting 10 extra small little batarangs or blades or whatever comes with previous figures. I like this better than me losing a blade every time I put it in his hand and then put it in the display and it falls out and then, oh, where'd it go? Good thing I have 9 more. I like this better. I like it sculpted. $80, comes out September to November of this year, hopefully. Hasbro Transformers Siege. Damn, why'd I get back into Transformers? I guess it's because Hasbro has been kicking it out of the park. Do you kick stuff out of the park? Or do you hit stuff out? Who knows? But I was piddling around on the Japanese side of Ami Ami the other day, and I came across pictures of Red Alert and Springer. These are the overseas versions, and it's really no different than what we've already seen. This is not news. This is just me going, man, I can't wait for Springer and Red Alert. That's all there was to it. It was just me looking at Transformers. But also this week, pictures have leaked of upcoming Siege figures, And it looks like we're getting Generation 2 Sideswipe along with Slam Dance. Slam Dance being an Autobot redeco of Skytread. Greenlight with Dazzle Strike, and then of course Skywarp. We got Starscream, we got Thundercracker. We knew Skywarp was coming. This is no surprise, but are we gonna get more of the colors later on? That would be kind of cool. But as long as we get the 3, I'm good. But to continue on Transformers, this morning I woke up to the pre-order for the Kyoto Amazing Yamaguchi Optimus Prime. I had forgotten this had been revealed at a show earlier and we hadn't seen promotional pictures yet. Bam, here it is. And look at this amazing damn thing. Now my dream Transformers line is something like this. It doesn't transform. I know that hurts some of y'all's souls, but it's just packed with articulation. It looks like a good robot, and Toys Alliance MAS line is giving me that. They are just way too slow. Now, I'm not saying Revoltech's gonna get in deep with a bunch of characters. They're probably gonna do Optimus Prime. Well, they are doing Optimus Prime. They may do a Megatron. They may do some just main secondary characters, but I don't feel like they're gonna get deep. But at the same time, look at what this thing can do. Look at this, and look at this. Hell, I don't even think I can do this. Coming with optional hands, that gives him a lot more personality. Comes with his trademark rifle, and then it comes with an energy axe. Now, even though I'm doing MAS, I'm doing Siege, I put this on pre-order. I don't know, there's just something about it. To have a funky articulated Optimus Prime on the shelf. Plus at 155 millimeters, that's just barely taller than 6 inches. That's about the size of Siege Optimus. What am I gonna do? $60, this is gonna hit in September. One robot, no transformation. Optimus Prime stars in No Rest for the Wreckers. Rated PG-13. Keeping with Revoltech, here are package shots of the amazing Yamaguchi Bleeding Edge Iron Man. Ooh, I need this in my life. I need it now. Next month. We've seen this here and there over the past year, but Super 7 has finally announced the actual pre-order for their Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain. And this is one beast of a playset. 36 inches high, opens up to 48 inches wide. Holy shit. You're gonna have to add a room to your house just to display all your Master stuff. But man, just look at all the detail in this. All the nostalgia just pulling at the heartstrings. That throne, that table with the red ball in it, whatever the hell these things are. Is that a Skeksis? Either way, this thing is just Filmation wackiness in 3D form, and you can touch it. It's tactile. It's like, oh, Filmation, give me. The only thing missing is actual pouring lava. And I'm sure someone will come up with that before the year is done. This will go up for pre-order May 1st. The pre-orders will go through May 31st. It'll cost $600 without shipping. And I know, that hurts, but there will be a 6-month payment plan. So hopefully that'll ease the blow a little bit. Well, except for you having to divert money to the contractor to build onto the house to display this damn thing. The Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame wave is hitting right now, along with the Marvel Legends X-Men Caliban wave. I've seen Caliban wave at several Walmarts, at Walgreens, at Best Buy, at Target. It's shipping from online retailers right now. Avengers Endgame, they're putting out the cubes at Walmart. They're shipping. So that's a lot of Marvel Legends. So let's just put up the pre-order for Spider-Man Far From Home Legends, because we don't have enough Legends coming out at the moment. That's right, it has been revealed that Molten Man is the Build-A-Figure for the Spider-Man Legends Far From Home wave. We saw most of the rest of this wave at Toy Fair earlier this year. Scorpion looking badass, so does Hydro Man. Spider-Woman, a nice addition to the shelf. Doppelganger, I know people have problems with the way Hasbro's doing the arms, but that's what you get. The upgrade suit from Far From Home is part of the wave. Also, the S.H.I.E.L.D. stealth suit. Finally, to round out the wave, they have revealed Mysterio. You put the fishbowl on, I'm gonna like it. I mean, they didn't skimp on that. The movie uniform or costume does look pretty good. Molten Man, why do I get a DC vibe off that? And I don't mean that in a bad way. There's just certain aesthetics that you go with one side or the other, and this kind of, is it Clayface? Does he kind of look like Clayface? But speaking in movie terms, I think I like this better than if they had just thrown up a muscle guy in Speedos covered in gold, like in the comics. Nothing against that. I love the comics, but seeing that on, it would, What's going on here? Why's that guy gold? End of the day, it's up for pre-order now. Go get your pre-orders in. Bandai has revealed their Figuarts Avengers Endgame Hawkeye. Yep, they did it. They kept that secret as long as they could, you know, up until the movie actually opened, barely. But while Ronin is a standard release, Hawkeye is a SoulWeb exclusive. I don't know, you unmask Jeremy Renner and suddenly you have to make him hard to get. I don't know how that works. But as far as we know, he has at least 3 looks in the movie, so might as well make as many action figures as you can get. This time around we get Clint's traditional weapon, the bow and arrow, several sets of hands, but you get the standard Bandai looking and then looking. Renner is left-handed, so he holds the bow. So he kind of looks, it kind of works. Plus, this picture right here is badass. Like I said, SoulWeb exclusive. You'll have to go to the third-party site. It's already up for pre-order on like Nippon Yasan and Anime Export, sites like that. $62, ships in October. One man, a bow and arrow. Clint Barton stars in I Am Not Alan Alda. Rated R. Alan Alda, Hawkeye. MASH. Keep up with me, people. Keep up. Also from Figuarts, going up for pre-order this morning, was the Spider-Man Far From Home upgrade suit. Now, Bandai seems to be the master of keeping the proportions, keeping the shape. It looks like the same figure that we've gotten previously, like from Homecoming or the Iron Spider, but it's a different suit altogether. It's not the same sculpt. And sure, I know the advances in technology, they're digital sculpting now, they just take that, tweak it to this. I get all that, but it's awesome how this looks like Tom Holland in the costume. And you put all those figures side by side, you get a plastic timeline of Spider-Man in the movies. The first obvious thing is the blue is now black, but you get up close to the figure and look at all the little sculpted detail. You just want to look all over it and find different things. Plus, this pose is simply amazing. Replacement hands, couple of alternate eyepieces for the head, comes with some web lines, comes with a stand piece. It's spectacular. $55 drops in August, but Bandai is not stopping there on the Spider-Man train. Whoa, whoa! I told you I can't hit those high notes. Whoa, whoa! They're also doing a PlayStation 4 Advanced Suit Spider-Man, and just, man, look at that thing. I just talked about how they made the movie Spider-Mans all look consistent across. This looks like the game, more adult Spider-Man. He's been through some stuff. It's bigger, it's muscular, but not too muscular. It's lithe, it's not too lithe. It's raff. It's just the game brought to plastic life. Now, this suit isn't everybody's cup of web fluid. I get it, the stark contrast of the white, but when you play the game, it just grows on you super quick. And if you don't like it in the game, you can change it very, very quickly and play as a different costume. So nothing wrong here. My big thing here is Bandai getting away from the movie stuff? Are they getting into Marvel games? Are they going to get into comics? MAFEX has made that transition into the comic realm with their Marvel figures. Is Bandai going to do the same thing? Either way, this figure looks so good, it makes me want to go back and finish the game. That's nothing against the game. It's just that Red Dead 2 came out, and I'm a cowboy kind of guy. But seeing this, I need to go back to play some Spider-Man. Alternate hands, replacement eyes for the head, like normal, like wide, like thin, like thinner. The parts also list an alternate head. I don't know how different it is. It's hard to tell, but I'm sure there's something different about it. Spider drone, some bombs, some webs. I like how with their Spider-Man stuff, they just pack it with lots of accessories. It kind of makes up for other Figuarts releases. $55 drops in September, but speaking of this and the Far From Home upgrade suit, they're both sold out everywhere. They went up for pre-order in the middle of the night on our side of the world, and I woke up, can't find a pre-order that isn't sold out. Spider-Man goes quick. You should still be able to find pre-orders for the Figuarts Star Wars Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, though. They showed this a long time ago. Well, they show a lot of Star Wars stuff at shows that we just sit and wonder when they're going to solicit it. When do we get Star Wars figures, Bandai? Can I have another? They have a lot of figures like that. When it comes to Boba Fett, I wasn't looking as forward to a Boba Fett as I was some of the other figures they've shown because, man, Medicom absolutely killed it with their MAFEX versions. Now, in my head, Figuarts, a little bit smaller. Maybe this will fit in just slightly better than the MAFEX version in my display. That's a bunch of mixed company stuff. And maybe this will be a little bit more durable, even though I've never had a problem with the MAFEX stuff. But at the same time, I get visions of Figuarts Django in my head, where he was really small, where he was really clean, almost too clean, and mine had the wonky torso joint that just kind of flops around. I'm not saying that SH Figuarts Boba Fett will be the same, but I can't help thinking that. But is that going to stop me from pre-ordering it? Hell no, I've already pre-ordered this damn thing. It's a Star Wars figure. What do you want me to do? I gotta put them side by side and compare them and make sure I have the best one on my shelf. Did you even doubt that? Hell, this morning I was like, maybe I will skip on this. Nope, click. I have to give it a go. For science. Couple of extra hands. It comes with his trademark rifle. There's not a lot you can do with this version of Boba Fett. Well, I guess you could do rocket blasts and have him up in the air. That way, if it is small or there's something wonky about the articulation, you can have him elevated, blasting above the rest of now I really want blast effects. Bandai! Ringy dingy, call me. $55 comes out in September. I've been talking for a while, enough for my voice to be going downhill again. Maybe it is second puberty. So this is a MegaWeekly. It was 3 weeks of catching up. The train don't stop just because I'm out of town and stuff. There's still stuff going on. There's pre-orders to be had. But it looks like I'm on schedule for a little bit longer. I have a lot of stuff to review, so maybe going daily next week with the reviews, try to catch up, try to open some toys, try to play with some stuff. And then in about 5 weeks, we'll have Denver Comic-Con, and we'll see what happens there. So until we meet again, come here, give me a hug. I missed every one of you, god dang it. So if you like this weekly, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. But speaking of booty again, those of you commenting on squeezing this to make the jaw open, this is a separate molded plastic piece. It's not a mechanism going all the way through, and there's 2 bars up in there. Yes, I'm still playing with this thing. Don't, oh.